Hello and welcome to Step Up TV Morning Show. My name is Oluwafermi Adeola and I'm a program associate with Step Up Nigeria, and I'll be the host for today's morning show. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and this is the first in an episode series of morning shows that Step Up Nigeria will be bringing to you through our YouTube channel, Step Up TV. And we are super glad that you can join us to listen to this episode today. Welcome! Step Up Nigeria is a creative team building bridges for effective governance to tackle corruption and improve service delivery in Nigeria. To learn more about us, kindly watch our channel introductory video, which I think I will link somewhere above here, that will tell you so much more about the work that we do and its importance in the fight against corruption. The world is faced with a global pandemic that no one foresaw. Many of us are scared and confused. We live in really trying times, but what can we do? What we do know for sure is that the coronavirus disease is real, and we hope that you are indoors and safe as you are watching this episode. On today's episode, we will be discussing the coronavirus pandemic and the need for integrity in Nigeria. Step Up Nigeria recently launched a campaign on COVID-19 and integrity in Nigeria. We launched this on our social media platforms through a series of discussions like this on the impact that COVID-19 has on corruption and the importance of integrity more than ever now during this pandemic. Currently, we have a podcast series discussing these topics. We will link our podcast in the description. Please go ahead and listen to this once you're done with this video. So as Nigeria tackles coronavirus, collective effort is needed to ensure that we reduce the spread of this virus, and everyone has a role to play in this. Citizens must support the government's efforts to tackle this virus. We must act with integrity by doing the right thing at all times, even when no one is watching, and even if everyone else is doing it. To successfully limit the spread of coronavirus in Nigeria, citizens must be transparent and act with integrity at all times. I'm just kidding, I don't have a cold. But just a reminder of how serious this virus is. It is important that citizens understand the role that they have to play in the middle of this pandemic. So here are a few tips to act with integrity during this period of the coronavirus pandemic. 1. Do not lie to health officials about your travel history. This is dangerous as it reduces your chances of getting the right care, and it also puts health workers at risk. 2. As a health worker, do not treat patients at home. Actions such as this expose more people to the virus and put other people at risk. So please don't do it. 3. The lockdown protocol is evolving. Nonetheless, there are still lockdown measures in place by the government to reduce the spread of this virus. As a Nigerian citizen, the best and easiest thing that you could possibly do at this time is to obey those lockdown measures. It's for your safety. Because breaking the law is likely to increase the spread of this virus. We don't want you or any of your loved ones catching it, so obey the law. We need to act with integrity at all times, so please do the right thing and stay home. And if you have been tested or suspect that you have the disease, self-isolate yourself until you receive the results of your test or until you feel like your symptoms have cleared. 4. Step Up Nigeria launched the COVID-19 and integrity campaign because we believe that there is a real cost for not acting with integrity during this pandemic, and that the real cost is an increased spread of coronavirus in Nigeria as well as the loss of lives. Let's take the case in Oyo State first. The first recorded COVID-19 death in Oyo State was a man who hid his travel history, ignored self-isolation protocol, and traveled from Kano to Ibadan. He visited at least 3 private hospitals while there, 2 labs, and University College Hospital Ibadan, where he did not disclose that he had been tested for coronavirus. All of the people he came in contact with have now been exposed to the virus. This is bad. Let's then look at the Kano State Index case. The Kano State Index case of coronavirus returned to Nigeria and ignored self-isolation protocol. He visited Abuja, Kaduna, and Kano, attending Friday mosque prayers, naming ceremonies, and other gatherings until he was admitted to the hospital. He lied about his travel history and that his samples had been collected by the NCDC for testing. There is a cost for not acting with integrity in this pandemic. Lastly, let's look at the case in Kwara State. A senior consultant at University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital brought in a patient and lied to his colleagues that it was a case of food poisoning. The patient was positive for coronavirus and died on April 3rd. Before and after his death, 75 persons had contact with the patient, and some of them contracted the virus. Please let us take action Let us do the right thing, let us take responsibility, and let us choose integrity through this pandemic. For personal hygiene tips, we have a video prepared by our young integrity champions from schools in which we have engaged during our Catch Them Young initiative. So here's the video.
My name is Annabelle Pascal, and I am Koshi Pascal. We are pupils from Ocean Destiny International School. COVID-19 is real. Stay safe. Stay at home. Stay strong. Avoid touching your face. Wash your hands regularly with soap and running water. Use the hand sanitizer. Observe the social distance rules. Take responsibility. Read your books. We shall overcome. We love you all. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be glad to see you on episode 2 of Step Up TV Morning Show. We hope that these little tips and advice here and there have been helpful in encouraging you to stick with integrity and to do the right thing, even as we all unite together to fight the coronavirus pandemic. Thank you. I have been your host, Fermi Adeola. Like I mentioned at the beginning, we have a podcast series on COVID-19 and corruption on our podcast. We will also link that in the description below. Please listen to our podcast and keep yourself abreast with new information about the fight against corruption during this coronavirus pandemic. Please follow us on social media. We are on Instagram and Twitter at step_up_Nigeria, as well as LinkedIn and Facebook at Step Up Nigeria. Please, before you leave, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. We want those likes. Please subscribe to our channel and share this video with your loved ones so everybody is reminded of the need to act with integrity. Thank you so much for watching. So until the next episode, goodbye.